Good morning, everyone. Ben Bryce here on Tuesday, May 7th, to give your midday mayhem. Today I'm joined by Teddy Tarvis, and the markets were exciting last week. Had a nice start to the week or to the month, and then here we are, kind of seeing action today. Not much, Teddy. What's going on out there?
Yeah, started yesterday real strong for the grains. Today is the exact opposite. So there's not a whole lot of bad news, but there's not really much good news either. It's just everything's kind of floating around unchanged. So I think the main story right now is this upcoming USDA report that's coming up on Friday. So it looks like the pre-report estimates are going to be somewhat unfriendly. But I know a lot of people are also focusing on weather throughout the Midwest and certain parts west of the Mississippi. So I know Kansas is dealing with a lot of dryness, but then there's other parts of the Midwest that are getting a lot of rain. So we'll kind of see what effect that has on the grains.
Yeah, right now, we got some decent rain here the past few days and over the weekend, but looking at just the markets in general, we got the planting progress yesterday, a little bit behind on corn, ahead on beans sort of attitude. And it's like, are we going to get it in the ground? We always get it in the ground, right? Am I worried about it this year? Not particularly. Once guys get moving, once we get over that 50% mark in the corn market specifically, it just seems like the stuff really starts going in the ground, and we really start focusing on a different type of weather, but the growing weather, right? What does pollination look like? How are we going to be standing if we do have a hotter and drier summer? So, that being said, though, Teddy, fundamentally, has anything really changed? When you look at demand or supply, this report on Friday is going to highlight a couple of things regarding some new crop numbers, but is it necessarily, with the estimates we're seeing, like you said, it doesn't seem too friendly out there.
Well, and that's just the thing too, is fundamentally not really much has changed. Exports haven't really improved for soybeans. So if we're not exporting soybeans, there's more of them sitting around. That's why estimates are coming out pretty unfriendly for the beans. So it's really just kind of a weather game at this point, and watching if those funds are going to continue to cover those shorts. So,
right.
Is there really much else that's going to shift the market? There could be, but as of right now, it's really just.
Right now, it does seem like a lot of funds, and we saw them buying a little bit last week. And if we see this continued fund buying, for as short as they are in corn and beans, it just seems like it won't take much for them to really push these markets up. And if not even, they don't even have to go long, right, Teddy? They just need to not be as short as they have been. And funds don't typically, stay short all year long, but who's to say that's the case this year? So it's nice that we're seeing, a little bit of fund buying, and we'll know more again on Friday. Kind of big Friday report, and we got primitive traders on a week where we've seen some big volume and some decently strong some strong moves higher.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the week plays out too. The rest of today, along with Wednesday, Thursday, to see if these markets give back any of the strength that we've seen the last few days. So, going into the report, who knows what we're going to see? You could see some pre-positioning of that report. So, be interesting to watch.
And then moving past the grains, what's going on in the livestock? Because livestock's been. It was big movers last week, had some big, strong up days, followed by some heavy, strong down days. And here we are the past few days, and cattle and hogs just kind of monotone,
Yeah, I think when it comes to the cattle, you're looking at boxed beef, and it seems like we've been getting really good boxed beef numbers recently. So I think that's where your main support is coming in at. And other than that, it's kind of the same thing as the grains. There's not a whole lot that's changing fundamentally. And then same thing with the hogs. They've just kind of been going sideways to lower the last few days. So started out the day very strong, but have kind of given it back as the morning has gone on. So
yeah, something with the hogs too is when you're looking at the chart, you've got some decent levels of support here that we need to be keeping an eye on. And if we break those, this hog market may get ugly. And right now, when it comes to looking at the demand numbers, back to the fundamentals on these hogs, we're not really seeing too much there either, and even cattle for that matter. And is that due to the bird flu? Maybe, but how many times are we going to beat that horse until it's dead? It's one of those deals where it's like, come on, guys, give us some life. And like we said, we were complaining last Tuesday about how boring these markets were, and then by the end of the week, it was a very fun and exciting week. We had some decently strong price moves, so hopefully we see that again this week.
Yeah, it seems like all you have to do is just complain a little bit and
Right.
something will happen. So we'll see what happens the rest of the week. But
Yeah, so maybe if we just keep complaining on Tuesdays, who knows, might have a stronger end of the week. So thank you guys for joining us again. Report comes out on Friday. We are going to be releasing a snapshot for that report, so check that out. And if you guys have any questions, check us out. Give us a call, 1-800-2-MARKET. That's 1-800-262-7538. Thank you.